So, yeah, let's discuss today's agenda. Before we get started, let me introduce myself. Myself, Hitesh. I do have overall 12 years of experience in IT, and I'm working on Snowflake since 5 years. Since 2018, I'm working. I worked on multiple Snowflake projects. Right now, I'm working as a Snowflake subject matter expert and Snowflake architect in one of the MNCs in Bangalore. That's pretty much about myself. And in order to provide trainings, I have started my own platform, SkillsKiller, and I'm providing trainings. That's how it is. So let's get started with today's agenda. Let's see who this course is for and what are the prerequisites for this course. Why you have to learn Snowflake? You have a lot of other technologies and tools, right? Why you have to learn Snowflake? All those things will try to you'll try to get, and also technically, like why Snowflake has demand, those reasons as well we'll try to understand. And as a for based on your experience, or even if you are a fresher, like how it is going to help you, we'll try to understand. Yeah. First of all, who this course is for? If you're already working in IT, right, as a developer, lead tester, admin, okay, or architect, even managers, this particular training will be helpful. The reason is we'll be getting started from basic to advanced. Okay, so any background folks will be able to catch up. That's the thing. And even if you are, even if you don't have any experience as well, that should be fine. The reason is we'll take separate sessions on for SQL. So if you're not from SQL background or if you're a fresher, so that you can cop up with the others. Okay, before we get started with the actual content, like will be actual Snowflake content. Will be giving prior a few SQL sessions, and we'll have other SQL topics as well. Okay. But those sessions will be taken separately, so that if you're already from data background, you can skip them. That's how it is. I'll be providing the updates in the group on that. Yeah. So can you guys hear me and see the screen?
Yes, it is.
Okay. If you face any issues, you can let me know. Yeah. So like what are the prerequisites for this courses? Like if you are good, if you are from SQL background, that is well and good, because it is like a cloud database. Okay. And everyone will have some doubt, like, do we need high-end mission, or like what are the do we need to install any software? Is there any license, or are we going to use the same, do we get the same environment that we get in real projects, right? What we work, if you join a particular Snowflake projects, whatever the environment that we get there, right, for working, are we going to get that same environment even with free trial? Okay, so the thing is, since Snowflake is software as a service, okay, I'll explain you today, like what is software as a service, what it means. So how it is you don't have to install any software as such. Okay, it is. Give me a second. Yeah, you don't have to install any software as such. Like how it is like Gmail will sign up. Okay, earlier you used to get 30 days of free trial. Now there is another tweak. I'll explain how you'll get 120 days of free trial. You just have to sign up with your mail ID, and you can use it for 120 days. Again, you can extend it further with the same mail ID as well. Okay, and you don't have to provide any debit or credit card details for your Snowflake trial account. Okay, just with your mail ID, you can set up in just 5 minutes. Okay, to get started with Snowflake is very easy, and also it is not licensed. Okay, it is, since it is in cloud, it works on pay-as-you-go model. That is based on usage. Clients will be using that. Okay. And as I said, you'll get the real project environment, in a sense, like say if you join a particular Snowflake project, in which environment you work, right? That same thing, because even with the free trial, we can use enterprise or business critical editions. Okay, there are 4 types of editions in Snowflake. We can use primarily clients will use enterprise or business critical. So those things, we can create Snowflake account with that edition, and we can use the trial account. Okay, that's the thing. So before we get started with other things, right? Why you have a lot of technologies, as I said. Okay, why you will have to learn Snowflake as such? I mean, even though you have a lot of other skills, right? So why Snowflake is? We'll see the technical reasons. Before that, if you take current market on Snowflake, right? Okay, even now the market is very good. And if you take Snowflake, okay, it started booming since last 2 3 years. 3 years you can take from 2019 onwards, 19 and 20 onwards. Okay, so before, this was a new skill. It was not there earlier. It is born from scratch in cloud. In the sense, the Snowflake is built. Its architecture is completely built from scratch on cloud. Okay, okay, that's how it is. It is not I mean, so since it is born on cloud, the limitations that we get with the on-premise, you will understand what is on-premises, cloud, all those things. But those limitations it has overcome, and it has a lot of advantages. You'll get to know them. Okay. um, so here, since it is born in cloud, right? um, like uh, um, and it is available on all major public cloud providers like say AWS, Azure, and GCP. And since it is a new skill, okay, there are a lot of clients who are migrating to Snowflake, and they're uh, if they have to find a resource who has real experience on Snowflake, it will be very tough. There is a lot of resource gap. Okay, that is what I mean to say is, let me show. Say, since it is a new skill, if and a lot of new projects are coming up on Snowflake, right? So if in market, if you have to find someone with real experience on Snowflake, right? Real experience in the sense they will look for 1 to 3 years of relevant Snowflake experience. Okay, if you keep 2 to 3 years relevant experience, you will get a lot of calls. Whatever is your overall experience, right? If you keep 2 to 3 years of relevant Snowflake experience, you will get calls on Snowflake. That's how it is even now. Okay, but overall experience. Give me a second. Yeah, here I have listed, right? Like this is your overall experience. Okay, minimum, like if you are, I mean, complete fresher, like say like 2023 passed out. Okay, if you learn any technology, it doesn't matter for you. If you are, say, I mean, previous, I mean, 2021 22 passed out, then it can be like you'll get some gap and you can proceed with certain experience, right? So here it is. If your overall experience is 2 to 4 years, okay, so these are the packages, right? Even now you're getting in market, okay, on Snowflake, and their calls. But if you, it is like for 2 years the calls are less. I mean, overall 2 years of experience. If the overall experience is more than 3 years, the calls are very good on Snowflake. Okay, and 4+, you have a lot of calls. I mean, overall 4+, out of which the relevant experience what they would expect is 1 to 3 years. Okay, max 4 years, because since it is a new skill and it started booming since 2019 20. So like earlier I mean, you no one will have more than 5 years or 6 years of experience. Got it? Like say, when I started using it in 2018, when in India probably 20 30 projects were there. But now if you take a lot of clients, and you can check in LinkedIn or Naukri, all MNCs like have openings on Snowflake. And even like last week, right? I mean, or in the current week, we got 3 offers from Cognizant alone. Okay, Cognizant, LTIMindtree, like a couple of companies will do mass hiring on Snowflake. If you take any MNC, all MNCs have got openings on Snowflake. Even now, the hiring is going on. It's not like, if you take few technologies, like there are no calls now, right now, because of a bit slowdown in IT, right? But for Snowflake, even now the demand is good. Okay, even last week, 3 of our candidates got offers from Cognizant alone. Got it? So mass hiring is going on in a couple of companies, and then like in all MNCs you have got openings. It's not just MNCs, even in product based companies you have openings. Okay, so since it is a new skill and there is resource gap, right? You will get better packages as well compared to other skills. Okay, and why our candidates will click or will be able to crack interviews is you'll get complete resources. Got it? Suppose if you see, this is the previous batch. I mean, our contents what we have delivered daily, topic wise. You'll get one complete resources for you to like for your practice, as well as if you have to crack interviews on your own, right? If you get the right resources, then you can easily crack. Suppose if you pick one specific session, okay, you'll get that day's recording. End of the day, whatever we are discussing in that I mean, in that session, right? So you will get the recording. You will get the code which is used. It will be SQL code. You know, SQL will be easy, right? So if you're not from SQL background, as I said, we'll have additional SQL sessions as well, so that you will be I mean, able to cop up with others, and then a detailed document on that specific topic. Okay, and you'll get sample files if whatever we are using for our practice, and interview preparation kit with topic wise questions and answers, and the scenarios with solutions what you get in interviews. Got it? It's not just this, like you'll get even the project overview. Okay, so that is in order in your interviews. Suppose if you have to switch to Snowflake and start working, right? I mean, if you have to get an offer on Snowflake, whatever, even if you are complete non-IT guy, or like even if you have worked on other technology, and if you wanted to switch, you need to explain the projects, right? Like what work you have done. You'll get complete overview on what to explain, how I mean how the I mean, in interviews, how to project your profile. Okay, how you have to project your experience on Snowflake. So you'll get a detailed document how to explain that. So that's the reason our candidates even now they're able to get offers on Snowflake. Okay, so every week at least 2 to 3 of our candidates will get offers on Snowflake even now. Even though there is a slowdown in IT, and it is going to still pick up pace, in the sense on Snowflake, the future will be still good, and you'll have a lot more opportunities as well. The reason is, let's see the technical reasons. Guys, in case if you face any issue, you can let me know, in a sense like any uh, audio issues or video issues. I hope it is good, right? You can hear me.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's see the technical reasons, then we'll come back to the other things. So if you take what is Snowflake is, right? Let me show you. It is like a cloud data platform. Okay, so it is like you can take it like cloud database sort of. Okay, initially, okay, let me explain like a couple of things on database. If you are not aware, then we'll get started. 1 second. I hope like everyone would be aware of databases, like relational databases like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL. So I mean, whatever like data, right? Like if you use net banking, if you use any e-commerce website like Flipkart, in mobile and applications, in backend they would be storing data in a database, right? So it can be, I mean, the database management system can be Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL, any database, right? So there it will be storing data in, I mean, in tables and rows and columns. We'll have a, as I said, for complete freshers or non-data background folks, non-IT folks, we'll have initial couple of sessions to get started with database basics, what it is, how it stores data, the different SQL commands to get started with you. Okay, you will get clarity over there. Here it is like if you install any of the softwares like Oracle, SQL Server in a computer, right? In a specific computer, you call that as database server. Suppose if you take, I installed this particular software, I mean this Microsoft SQL Server. This is one of the database management system. Okay, so here if you install this in a computer, you call that as a server. Okay, inside that server, right? I mean, like on high level, you will have multiple databases. Inside databases, you will have tables, and in your tables, you'll have the data stored. Okay, so whatever data you store in these tables, where in turn it will be stored as since I installed this in my computer, I mean, if this is my database server, the data will be stored in hard disk of this particular computer, in this computer. Okay, in a database server, the data will be stored in hard disk of that particular computer, and your data is stored in hard disk of that computer, right? If you try to access the data, in order to access the data, you will use SQL, right? SQL queries you'll run to get the data. Okay, so even if you try to access it through, say, website or in the mobile app, Android applications, right? Apps. So in backend, it runs a query on top of that database, and it will get you the data. Got it? Okay. So here, the problem with this relational database like Oracle SQL Server is, since it is storing hard disk of that computer, and whenever you run any query, right, or if you access data through any website or that is, suppose, for example, what I'm saying is, if you buy a product in, say, Flipkart or Amazon, in backend, it will run an SQL statement on top of the database, and it will update the data, and it will try to fetch that details for you. Okay, that's how it is. Whatever, even if you perform, say, net banking, you are trying to send amount to someone. So in backend, it will update the data that is there in your database. That's how it is. So it will run SQL queries, right, in backend. If you have to run those SQL statements, okay, it would require the compute resources. What is compute resources? If you have to run any query, right? See, observe this. In order to run any query on top of a database, you need compute resources. Compute resources means you need processor, RAM. So this you call it as compute resources. Okay. So here, if you're running any query, okay, to get data, it will make use of the compute resources of this machine, this particular computer. Okay, where you install, where you have the data stored, right? You call that as a database server. Okay, so if you run any queries, it will make use of the compute resources of this particular server, right? So, and all your data will be stored in this particular server itself, in hard disk of this particular server. Is nothing but, that's also, a database sort. Okay, sorry, a computer kind of computer or machine. Okay, or node is nothing but, say, if you call it as a machine, or node is nothing but a computer. Okay, so here all your data is stored in same computer or same machine, and then when you run a query, it will make use of the compute resources of this same machine. Okay, here if in case nowadays, right, volume of data is growing very fast. Okay, volume of data is growing very fast, and users also are growing fast. Say, many users are trying to access that data. You would have observed, like, whenever like, suppose, for example, like any big billion days happens, or like some during those times, the traffic will be more on the server, right? Many users will try to log in compared to usual days. So you would have seen the servers will crash. That what it means is, since it will be stored in a single computer, right? Many users, if they try to access these resources, suppose this particular server or computer has certain processor and certain RAM, even if it is high-end processor, how many queries it can process? There is certain limit, right? Beyond limit, like if many queries are submitted, it will hang. Got it? That's what will happen. Even if you see, when results were announced for any like 10th standard or 12th standard, you would have observed after some time the server will crash. What is the reason? In backend, since the data will be stored in one particular computer, like the compute resources of that particular server will be completely occupied, and it will hang if many requests are being in past state. Got it? You will get clarity on that. But I hope you got some high level overview what will happen. So this particular computer, if number of users are more and if volume of data is more, what will happen is, you will face performance issues. Got it? You will face it might hang. You'll, even if queries are submitted, it will take time to complete those queries. So performance will get degraded. Okay. So what clients will do, they'll have to increase the capacity, right? They have to what they can do is, in order to resolve that issue, they can add more hard disk if they wanted to store more volume of data, and they have to upgrade the processor of that machine and add RAM to that same computer, right? Okay, it is like adding compute resources to same mission. They will add compute resources. That you call it as vertical scaling. That is, to the same computer, you'll add more RAM, more hard disk, and then you can upgrade it to high-end processor. That way it is. But if you take, it is like one big mission will do all the work for you. You can scale it vertically only, but you can't scale them horizontally. Horizontal in the sense, you can't have multiple computers connected together. Okay, you can't have multiple computers connected together and distribute that workload to all those computers. You think logically. If it is like one person, even if it is he's very talented, in his 24 hours of time, how much work he will be able to do? If you can distribute that work to multiple people, then you can get the work done in faster way, right? You got it that way. But here in this relational databases, you can increase the capacity of single computer to a certain, higher extent, but you can't distribute them to multiple computers. You got it? Okay. So that's when, to handle this issue, that is like this. So you have computer 1, computer 2, computer 3, like that. You can't create a network, a group of computers as a cluster. You call, if it is a group of computers, you call that as a cluster. They'll be connected through network. Okay. So you can't distribute the workload to group of computers in case of your relational database. Got it? So in order to resolve that, Hadoop came in. You would have seen big data Hadoop. You would have heard that term, right? Hadoop big data. So there it is like it will kind of you can distribute the workload to a group of computers, but there are certain issues. We'll understand, like in our regular sessions, what flaws you have in Hadoop big data architecture as well. Okay, why it did not? If you take Hadoop big data projects, there are a lot of projects have failed. In a sense, there is success rate was very less. Okay, it's hardly 10 20% max. Okay, the reason is there are flaws in its architecture. So Snowflake, what it did is, it came up with like hybrid architecture. Like if you take our Snowflake architecture, it is hybrid of our relational database like Oracle, SQL Server, that architecture, and like our Hadoop architecture. You will get complete details on it. On high level, what it is, suppose if you take Snowflake architecture, right? Here, all your data, right? All your data will be stored in a separate layer called storage layer in cloud. Okay, all our data will be stored in cloud. Okay, since the data is stored in cloud, you can store how much ever volume of data you want. In cloud, there is no limit in terms of how much volume of data you can store. Got it? You can store any, even petabytes of data as well. Whatever volume of data you want, you can store. There is no limit. Okay, unlimited scale. See this, if you're increasing the capacity, right, you call that as scaling. I told you, right? Horizontal scaling, vertical scaling. Vertical scaling means to the same mission we'll add compute resources like this. This is vertical scaling. Horizontal scaling means you'll have to distribute the workload to multiple computers. Okay, that's what it is. Here, storage, right? As I said, since it is in cloud, it will be stored in cloud. You don't have any limit in terms of volume of data that you can store. And how you will pay cost is based on like how much volume of data you are storing now. Okay, based on that you will pay cost. And later, like next year, your volume of data increases to say petabytes. You don't have to worry. Okay, you can store any volume of data. That's one thing. And storage is separate and compute is separate here in case of Snowflake. Both are not tied together, like coupled. They are not coupled like our relational database. Here it is decoupled. In the sense, storage is separate, compute is separate. So what advantage you get with storage and separate, compute being separate? So compute means the processor RAM, how you would get. Our data will be stored separately in storage layer, and compute, right? You have this query processing layer. Here you have something called virtual warehouses. Okay, virtual warehouses. So let me explain what is a virtual warehouse. Give me a second. Yeah. So to run anything, we need compute resources, right? So in Snowflake, how you'd get those compute resources is through virtual warehouses. What is virtual warehouses? This is not a data warehouse, guys. Okay, like virtual warehouse is nothing but a cluster of compute nodes. Cluster means I told you, right? Group of computers. Okay, so node or machine is nothing but computer. I told you, right? Okay, so compute resources means your CPU, processor, CPU and RAM, this and even SSD storage. You'll understand what it is. So those things you call them as compute resources. So in Snowflake, how you'd get those compute resources is through virtual warehouses. What is a virtual warehouses? It is a cluster of compute nodes, a group of computers. Okay, so you will get virtual warehouses in different sizes, right? Say extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, like this. Okay, you can increase the capacity of your virtual warehouse to any extent. Okay, let me show you practically. Give me a second. 1 second. Suppose this is our Snowflake, user interface. That is, you can observe, you'll have the databases here, like our regular relation. I mean, if you worked on database, any database, it is more or less similar, even in Snowflake. Got it? Okay, here you'll have the databases. Under databases, you'll have the tables. Okay, you'll have other options like views, all those things. Okay, you can access, you can run your SQL statements here and you can access the data. Suppose here, if I have to run any statement, for example, this statement, guys, if you're not from data background, don't worry. As I said, Monday and Tuesday we'll have a couple of SQL sessions. You'll get clarity on them. Then we'll get started with our actual Snowflake content. Okay, so here, if you see, here is where we'll choose the virtual warehouse. You can see that I'm selecting one virtual warehouse, right? Okay, the size of this virtual warehouse is extra small. What it means is, see, there are different sizes of virtual warehouse: extra small, small, medium, large, XL, like that. Extra small means in backend you'd get compute power of one mission. Got it? Small means you'll get compute power of two missions. Medium means you'll get compute power of four missions. Large means you'll get compute power of 8 missions. That is, 8 missions power you'd get, 8 computers power you'd get if you choose the warehouse size as large, virtual warehouse size. Got it? Okay, to run your queries, you get this much power. So you can, this way, if you observe what is happening when you go to bigger warehouse, extra small means 1 computer, small means 2, medium means 4. That means it keeps on doubling, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, like that. If you say like XL means you'll get 16, 2XL means 32, 3XL means 64, 4XL means 128. You can increase the capacity this way up to 6XL. 6XL means in backend you are going to get a group of 512 computers. I mean, that much power you'd get. Okay, you can increase the capacity of your virtual warehouse anytime to this up to 6XL. Got it? Let me show you. Here, suppose this is extra small, right? If I have to increase the warehouse size from extra small to say 4XL, I mean, this is a trial account, so it is giving up to 4XL, but in your regular accounts, you will get up to 6XL as well. Okay. Even 4XL, it's not a smaller size. 4XL means, see, I'm able to increase the warehouse size to 4XL within fraction of seconds. That is, to run this query, now I would get how many computers? I will get compute power of 4XL means 128 computers. Got it? Okay. So, and this 128 computers power you are getting to run your queries, right? Okay. So this, say you how you'll pay cost for this is, suppose I'll bring this virtual warehouse into running state. I use this virtual warehouse for, say, for example, 90 seconds. Okay, I'll use that much capacity of server and cluster for 90 seconds. You'll pay cost only for 90 seconds in Snowflake. You don't have to pay cost all the time. Since how it is possible? I mean, how will be able to pay only for cost for 90 seconds? Since storage is separate, compute is separate, right? This virtual warehouses, you can suspend them whenever you are not using. You got it? You can suspend this virtual warehouses whenever you are not using them. The reason is, here storage and compute are not in same mission. If they're in same mission, you can't suspend your compute power. You got it? Here, since storage is separate, compute is separate, you can suspend your virtual warehouses. Suppose on Saturday, Sunday, I'm not going to run any queries. for example, then you will suspend this virtual warehouses. You don't have to pay any cost for them. Got it? As I said, here, if this bigger warehouse, if you use only for say 90 seconds, you'll pay cost exactly for 90 seconds. You'll understand how Snowflake charges. And here, as I said, storage costs are separate, compute costs are separate. Okay. And also this, I was telling you, right, up to 6XL, you can increase the warehouse size anytime. And again, I can decrease now if you want to extra small back. Or I can create multiple virtual warehouses also. I mean, not just one. You can have multiple virtual warehouses. You will get complete clarity on this virtual warehouses in our regular sessions, how it works, all those things. Okay, now what advantage you are getting? Since storage and computer separate, right? You will pay cost separately based on your usage. Okay, and then you can increase the capacity of storage or compute to any extent. 5x, 6XL means it's not a smaller warehouse size, right? It is, you will get a compute power of 512 computers. If one machine in your regular databases, you'll have only one machine. Okay, that itself, if it can serve like your needs, if it is 512 computers, how many queries it can run, how many users it can serve, you can think of. It's not just 512. There is other option. Okay, there is this virtual warehouse. You can scale horizontally and vertically. This increasing the warehouse size comes under vertical scaling. Okay, vertical scaling. You can scale that horizontally as well. That is, if you take 6XL virtual warehouse, okay, if you want, based on your usage, if say your during peak hours, like many queries will be submitted. So if any queries are waiting in queue, right, Snowflake will automatically add additional cluster. If you set to your virtual warehouse to auto scale mode, I'll explain that in detail in our regular sessions. What is auto scale mode? Then what it will do is it can add up to 10 clusters. That is, if you take 6XL virtual warehouse, you will get 512 computers capacity, right? Into 10 clusters it can add. That is 5,120 compute nodes, I mean, compute machines power, or compute 5,120 computers power you can get to run your queries or to balance your workload. Got it? Okay. So you can think of, if 5,120 computers power means how many queries you'll be able to run and how you'll pay cost even for this. Here, this 512 up to 10 clusters it is adding, right? It won't simply add 10 clusters based on your workload. If any of the users queries are waiting, okay, then it will add additional cluster, and that cluster automatically Snowflake removes if the queries are if the queries are completed. That's how it is. If they are not waiting in any other queries are waiting in queue, you will understand completely how it is true pay as you go model. In a sense, based on your exact usage, you'll pay cost. Okay, that's why clients are moving to Snowflake. And other main reason is this Snowflake, right? It is not restricted to one specific cloud, either AWS or Azure or GCP. Snowflake, it is available on, it is a cloud agnostic in the sense it is available, it supports all clouds in the sense it is available on Azure, Microsoft Azure, it is available in AWS, and it is available in Google Cloud Platform. These are the major public cloud platforms, right? So Snowflake is available on all clouds. So what advantage you have? Irrespective of which cloud is booming, right? Earlier, if you take AWS, there were a lot of projects. Even now, if you take major share in cloud as AWS, right? And if you take now, recently, Azure, a lot of new projects are coming up. AWS is saturated, okay? In Azure, a lot of new projects are coming up. So clients are using Azure. And GCP also nowadays, few clients are using. Okay, it's not like many clients, but still the share is like 7 less, but still few clients are using it. So irrespective of whichever cloud has demand, right? You will if you learn Snowflake, you'll have opportunities. Got it? That's the thing, because it is available on all clouds. That's the reason you'll have more opportunities. And if you take, I was telling about this this particular databases and all, right? The purpose of Snowflake, right? The purpose of Snowflake will primarily use it. Earlier, initially they started it as a data warehouse. Data warehouse means your database, okay, which you the server or database which you create, right? You can use that for two purposes. One is for running your business, okay? One is for data analysis purpose. Initially, Snowflake was used as a for a data analysis purpose. Okay, our Snowflake database, right? I mean, the cloud data warehouse. It is used as a cloud data warehouse. Data warehouse means you'll use it for reporting purpose. You'll have a detailed session on how you can design a database, what are the different ways. Okay, what is a transactional database, what is the analytical database, all these things. Snowflake was initially used only as a analytical database. Okay, even now, okay, majorly it used as analytical database, but okay, going forward you can use that as they have, I mean, release new features. Okay, let me show you a new feature called Unistore. Okay, with this new feature, right, you can use Snowflake as transactional database as well. Guys, if you're not aware about transactional or analytical, don't worry. We'll, in our regular sessions, you'll get complete clarity. Even the terms which I'm using, right, if you're not familiar, don't worry. In our regular sessions, you'll get complete, we'll try to understand this completely from scratch. Okay, you'll get to know all the things. Okay, so here, with this Unistore feature, you can use Snowflake as transactional database as well. That is, your traditional relational databases like Oracle, SQL Server, you can completely replace. Not now, in couple of months, once that is generally available. Now it is in preview state, this feature, Unistore. Got it? So that's how it is. So why I'm telling this is, still the future for Snowflake will be better. Okay, you'll have a lot of new clients as well once these features are available. And not just this, lot of game-changing features Snowflake has. Earlier it was supporting like only JavaScript procedures. Now you can write SQL-based procedures as well. And you would have heard about Databricks. Okay, Databricks is like Spark. It is also one of the popular tool, like which has got demand. So this functionality you will get within Snowflake with Snowpark feature. Okay, lot of features. It's not just that. It has got very good partnership with technology partners. Okay, let me show you for your reference. Like say, observe here, you have these are some of the technology partners for Snowflake. If you say Alteryx, DBT, Fivetran, Informatica, got it, Matillion, Click, SnapLogic, StreamSets, Talent. Okay, why I'm showing, I mean, here not all technology partners are not listed. This is Partner Connect. Okay, if you take any ETL tool, any reporting tool, Snowflake has got connectors. Okay, and whatever is trending in market, right, Snowflake will add that feature in Snowflake. The reason is Snowflake is software as a service. I'll explain what is software as a service. Okay, so what they'll do is whatever is trending in market, they'll add that. Suppose if you are from data background, you would have been aware, like there is something called data fabric, data mesh. Okay, these are new trends in data space. So all those new whatever is trending on data space, they'll add that feature in Snowflake. So in order to stay competitive in market, got it? So if you learn Snowflake, it's not just like it is not like regular tool. Okay, where again they have to upgrade to something like that. Automatically you will get I mean new features. If you want, you can use or you can avoid. That's it. Okay, you don't have to upgrade your software or something. It is not like a tool which you have to install and then use. Got it? Since it is in cloud, and in cloud also it is available as a software as a service. Let me explain you what is software as a service. See, if you are this databases, whatever I am saying, if you install this in a computer, you call that as database server. Here it is like you'll I mean, if the server is maintained by your client themselves, you call them as on premises. They'll maintain, see, these servers, okay, database servers, if they're maintaining on their own, what they have to do, they have to buy computers, they have to buy hard disk, RAM, all these things. They have to buy these computers, and then they have to store all these servers, database servers, in at a place. Okay, and they have to take care of security. They have to provide electricity. They have to, I mean, install the softwares. Okay, they have to upgrade those softwares. They have to take care of everything, right? Okay, so so if everything is maintained by client on their own, you call them as on premises. Okay, since they'll be maintaining everything on their own in at a particular place. They'll maintain all these servers. You call that as data center. Okay, so your client will take care of everything. They'll buy the computers, they'll install the software, they will kind of maintain them. Okay, that is like data center where they maintain all these servers. You call that as data center. If they're maintaining data center on their own, you call that as on premises. On their premises, they'll store their data, right? That's how it is. So with on premises, there are a lot of things like they'll have to. There is cost involved. There is maintenance involved. All these things are there, right? Okay, but in cloud, what advantages you're going to get is, right? You don't have to maintain. Your client doesn't have to buy any computer. Okay, they doesn't have to maintain any security, electricity, all these things. They don't have to worry. Okay, how it is in cloud, any public cloud provider, if you take AWS, Azure, or GCP, they operate primarily in three models. Okay, three models. What are those models? Are infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Okay, one second. Yeah, yeah, here I was showing, right? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Okay, so what are these models? What is the differences? This is based on how much you wanted to manage yourself. That is your client. Your client wanted to manage themselves. How much the cloud provider or service provider need to manage or maintain. Got it? Okay, let me show you. You will get some example. See, on premises means everything the client itself will manage. See here, they have to take care of buying the the computer. Okay, the with RAM processor, and they have to install the OS. Okay, they have to install any other softwares. Okay, they allow to maintain that. Everything they allow to take care on premises. They'll maintain that server on their own. Okay, in cloud, as I said, you have infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, right? Infrastructure as a service means you'll get a computer in cloud. Okay, you can choose like how much capacity you want, what is the RAM you want, what is the processor you want, the capacity. Okay, so how much storage you want, all those things you can choose. Based on that, you will pay the cost. You don't have to buy that computer. Okay, if you want to use it for only one day, you can use. You got it? That way you would get in cloud. You will pay only for that day, for that usage. They will take care of everything. Electricity, they'll ensure that that computer is ready for you. You can install whatever OS you want. You can install whatever softwares you want, and you can use that. Got it? If you don't want any time, you can when that particular machine you can shut down. That way, you don't have to pay cost after that. That way it is. What is infrastructure as a service? You will get that infrastructure in cloud. That is what is infrastructure as a service. Platform as a service means apart from just a computer, they will take care of installing. They will provide you the OS, which particular Windows or Linux, which OS you want. They will provide, and then they will provide you the software as well. You don't have to install software. You don't have to buy license for that. See, these softwares, Oracle SQL Server, Oracle, these are not free softwares. What it this DBMS, database management system, are not free. They are licensed. You'll have to buy license and then install them. Got it? That's how it is. But in cloud, you got it right. If you are if it is infrastructure as service, if you are installing particular software, you need to buy that license and then install. In platform as service, they will take care of all those things. They will provide you that software as well. You can just maintain your data and whatever tables, all those things. Snowflake as a software as a service means everything they will provide. What you need to do is you need to just load your data, manage your data. Only your data you need to take care. Other things you don't have to worry. Okay, our Snowflake, if you compare easily, right? If you take burger as a service, okay, you have homemade burger, that is like on premises, just for your reference. Okay, and give me a second, one answer. Yeah, and infrastructure as a service means it is like rented kitchen. Someone will provide rent kitchen, right? They will provide you kitchen, electricity, and grill. You have to bring your buns, ingredients, and cook the burger. You have to take care of this. Okay, this is like infrastructure as a service. Just correlating a regular real-time use case. Okay, you'll understand, so that you can understand. Platform as a service means what it is. It is like you would get kitchen electricity grill buns as well. They will provide buns as well. You just have to bring your ingredients and cook the burger. Software as a service means it is like you'll order the burger, you'll get it for your home, you will eat it that way. So our Snowflake is like software as a service. You got it? You don't have to worry about any maintenance part. Snowflake will take care of everything. Okay, you just have to load your data. Okay, and then you will make use of the data for your analysis or whatever purpose it is. You don't have to worry about software installation, operating systems, nothing. As I said, even if they have to provide you a new feature, right, you don't even know that they have added some feature. Okay, I mean, it will never go down your suppose if you have to upgrade any software, right, suppose Oracle SQL Server, they will release new versions, okay, so new editions, new versions. That time they have to, whenever they are going for upgrade, like there will be downtime. But in Snowflake, since it is software as a service in cloud, okay, in backend they will release all the features. You don't even get to know that they have added something. You don't face any outage as such. Got it? And they can release new features anytime. Got it? In a sense, for you as a developer, if they're releasing new features, the core is same. The architecture on top of them, this architecture, this particular core concepts of Snowflake, they'll try to add, come up with new trending features, how to provide them. It will make your life easier with Snowflake. That's why your clients will migrate to Snowflake. If you take the competitors for Snowflake, right? Okay, in market, let me show you.
Hey, Hitesh, can we ask questions now or at the end?
Yeah, it's almost done. Like, we'll take the questions.
Okay.
Give me 2 minutes, I'll complete it. Then we'll
Okay.
take all your questions. If you take in AWS, you have as a cloud data warehouse, you have like Redshift. Okay, that is also platform as a service. It is not software as a service. And the earlier it used to be a coupled architecture. Now they are coming up with decoupled architecture, but earlier it was coupled architecture, in a sense, like storage and computer in the same machine. Okay, in Azure Synapse, right, this is also platform as a service, not software as a service. This is also competitor for Snowflake. But if you take Snowflake, is not just cloud data warehouse. Now you can do a lot of things. Okay, you can use it for data engineering purpose, like cyber security workloads. As I said, once that Unistore feature is available, you can use it for your like a transactional database as well. That is, you can completely replace your relational databases like Oracle SQL Server. Okay, those things are there. Yeah, and yeah, see, another advantage is if you take any like Redshift or Azure Synapse, these are competitors, right? If you learn Redshift, you can't get you can't get some opportunity only on Redshift. If you take Azure Synapse, only on Azure Synapse, you won't get opportunity. You have to learn other things as well. In Azure, you have other services like, say, Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Azure Synapse. If you learn all this stack, right, that you call it as Azure Data Engineering Stack. If you learn all these three, then only you'll get some opportunity. But for Snowflake, right, if you learn only Snowflake alone, you have got opportunities. Okay, let me show you what combination has got opportunities. Then we'll take your questions. Okay, so mandatory skills for you to crack interviews on Snowflake or switch to Snowflake, you need all the features end to end in Snowflake. That will be covering. You need to have SQL exposure. Okay, because this is a database, right? You will be writing SQL queries, so that will be covering. And then you need data warehousing concepts. Got it? Okay, and then cloud exposure. Like cloud primarily will use storage service in AWS S3, Azure blob storage or ADLS, and in GCP we'll use Google Cloud Storage. Okay, we'll be covering AWS and Azure because a lot of projects they'll be Snowflake clients, either they'll be using AWS or Azure. Got it? Okay, and then this mandatory skills will complete everything, whatever is you want. And then if apart from this mandatory skills, if you have any ETL exposure or reporting tool exposure, that would be great. You'll have additional advantage. We will be covering ETL integration as well, ADF, Matillion and data build tool. How you'll integrate this is, you have a lot of new projects coming up with DBT. This is an open source transformation tool. Guys, don't get confused with all these things. You'll get clarity what it is, how we'll use it, all those things. Matillion is a cloud ELT tool. Azure Data Factory is ETL tool in Azure. Pytran, all these are like a lot of cloud-based ETL tools are coming up. It's not just this. I mean, if you have any ETL exposure, like say Informatica, DataStage, like Ab Initio, like any SSIS, it can be any ETL tool. It will be advantage for you because it'll be easy, and you have connectors for Snowflake in all those ETL tools. Any ETL tool if you take, you have got connector in ADF, even Matillion, any tool, even Informatica Cloud, anywhere if you take, you have got connectors for Snowflake. Okay, and as I said, mandatory skills are this. Apart from this, any additional ETL tool exposure or reporting tool exposure or any data background, that would be great. Even cloud exposure. Okay, but mandatory skills are this. Okay, this everything end to end will be covering. Apart from this, we'll cover some ETL integration, like DBT. You'll get some overview how to get started with the more data models and all. Apart from this, what other resources help you would be getting is you would get CV preparation help. Like I mean, end of the course, and CVs can be reviewed by me. And other things is you will get for certification, right? You'll get the dumps and whatever things. And as I said, the main thing is for you to crack interviews on your own, you would get the complete resources as I have shown you here. You'll get topic-wise interview questions, answers, scenarios, and project explanation, all those things, so that you can crack interviews on your own and also manage your work. We'll be covering all real issues that you face in your projects, okay, while discussing any specific feature. So, I mean, you can manage work on your own as well if you switch to Snowflake. Suppose you are already working on something, or even if you are fresher, if you claim certain experience on Snowflake, and if you switch, you can manage your work, you can crack entries on your own. That's the thing. Yeah. If you have any questions now, we can discuss. See, on complete non-data background folks, don't get confused. Okay. You can, like, as I said, we'll have regular, before we get started with Snowflake content, right? We might get started with Snowflake content Tuesday or Wednesday. Monday, right? We'll have a detailed session on database basics. You'll get some clarity. Then we'll get started with Snowflake. Got it? I'll keep you posted when we'll have the regular sessions. If I hope majority of you are already part of the WhatsApp group. In case if you are not yet joined the WhatsApp group, you can join this link. I'll share it in the chat. Give me a second. Then we'll take all your questions. If you're not part of the WhatsApp group, right? You can join this specific group which I have posted in the chat. Okay, if you are interested to continue. Yeah, and you can join for initial 2-3 sessions on Snowflake. Then you can take a call. You don't have to pay the fee now. Got it? Yeah, that's how it is. If you have any questions now, we can discuss.
Hey, Hitesh, thanks for your session. My question is, when you say Snowflake is used as a service, SAS, SaaS,
Software as a service. Yeah.
yeah. So that means, like, so my understanding with this session is Snowflake is like a database where you have like more optimization and high query performance. So, like, the infrastructure in the clouds, whatever we have right now, where I'm working, it's only on-prem. So is there any difference when you move to cloud with the Snowflake database, or
that's what you got? You got the clarity, right? That's what I explained, right? Like in on-premises, what issues you have?
Yes, I understood
you
that
have to
one.
take care of everything. So in cloud, you can save, like your clients can save cost. They don't have to worry about maintenance part because everything will be taken care by your cloud provider, right? Here you have seen what advantage you have. Yeah,
I understand that one. But my question is, we will be covering the cloud as well, right? Cloud part as well.
Cloud as well. You will get to know like what the complete difference on high level. In it's just a demo session, right? I have given you details on high level. In our regular sessions, you'll get complete clarity on things. You got it?
Okay. And also, when you say software as service, for example, if you are using Informatica or ODI as an ETL tool to load into our Snowflake,
Mhm.
so that configuration, everything will be taken care by the Snowflake, or it should
It's
be done by us.
no. See, if you take majority of the ETL tools, right, you
Uh,
have got connectors for Snowflake. Okay, direct connectors. You don't have to do anything. You'll just specify the connection details. Like say you are suppose I was showing you the account Snowflake account, right? Here, like you'll get the account details, your Snowflake account details. So you can you'll have to just specify those account details there, and you'll in order to connect to Snowflake, right, from Informatica or any ETL tool, you'll have to create a service user here. Service account is, right? Service account means a user in Snowflake, and you'll have the credentials. You have different authentication methods. Okay.
yes.
So using any of, say, using user or password, they can connect to Snowflake and they can load data or they can get data from here as well. You got it?
Okay. So in Snowflake, you create like a user,
Mm.
especially for your ETL, and then that
Mm.
will be like given in the Informatica or any ETL tool to access the Snowflake's database. Snowflake database. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll get complete clarity how you'll integrate with ETL tool as well. But as I said,
Yes.
even there usually you'll have a separate ETL team, okay? And Snowflake developers will completely take care of things in Snowflake. But if you have ETL exposure, that is well and good, okay? Because
So when you say Snowflake developer, so it will be like a DBA kind of role for us?
no, it's not DB. You have, see, let me show you. You have Snowflake DBA roles, you have Snowflake developer roles, you have Snowflake lead roles, Snowflake architect roles. Like in database, whatever roles you have, like even in Snowflake, you have everything. You got it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even data engineering part, like say ETL reporting, BI. So it depends on the project you join. You have all kinds of roles. Got it? We will be covering everything. Even if you want to try out for DBA specific roles, also you can try. That's how it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
all.
Any
Thank
other questions for me? Yeah.
Yeah, Krish. This is Ravindra.
Yeah, Ravindra.
Thanks for your session. And if I do whatever you teach us during these sessions, right?
Mm-hmm.
This training, if I completely learn and do whatever you say post this session, can I apply for a Postgres architect post?
Snowflake architect roles, right?
Sorry, Snowflake architect.
Yeah. So because we'll be covering from basic to advanced, right? You can try for already a couple of our candidates got into like architect roles as well. Okay.
Okay.
So
Will you be covering these roles and responsibilities of the Snowflake architect? Okay.
Yes.
So do we have any certification that we can do post this training?
Yes. You have Snowpro core certificate. I mean, directly from Snowflake, you have certifications. Okay.
Okay.
I'll assist
You will be covering. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
I'll assist you with that. Like that's what I was trying to tell you, right? You have this. I mean, I can share the terms. Already, majority you can easily crack your Snowpro core and Snowpro advanced architect certifications as well after the training. But still, for your reference, I'll share a couple of terms. You can just practice them, and then you'll get some clarity how the exam structure will be. Then you can clear those certifications. You can easily clear them. You have Snowpro core. Okay, that is a basic level certification, and then Snowpro advanced architect. Okay, even for DBA data engineer, like you have certifications now. Earlier, only Snowpro core was there. Now you have Snowpro advanced architect, Snowpro data engineer, database administrator. All these certifications are there. Okay, you can. Yeah, I'll share terms for all this based on. Yeah.
Hey Harish, this side. Quick question is that is it about SAP BODS as a target?
As a target, it is not an ETL tool for your reference. Snowflake is not an ETL tool.
Yeah. I mean to say just like source or target anyway. Because I tried use, but it is not in this way. So does it support? Because BODS is ETL tool, right?
Yeah, see, majority of the ETL tools, you have got connectors. In case if you don't have connectors, you will connect to Snowflake using ODBC drivers. You have ODB, it supports ODBC, JDBC, all the drivers. You know, right? How you can connect using ODBC or JDBC drivers from ETL tool. So you can connect with using that. Got it?
Okay, we'll try.
I'll show you that how where you can download those drivers.
One of the I got to know that it is not able to connect with Snowflake. So just have a quick question on this one.
Yeah, no worries. And another thing is, earlier it was just primarily it was like cloud database, right?
Yes.
They are trying to release like connectors as well. Slowly within Snowflake, you will get connectors as well. Got it? Connectors to other tools, other databases or others. Already you have got connectors for few things like say Salesforce. Salesforce, you have got connector from Snowflake directly. You have got connector to like your ServiceNow. Okay. Few connectors already they have released, and other connectors also soon will get. Got it?
But about BODS, I just want to know.
Yeah, BODS you have to connect using ODBC driver. Okay.
Okay.
If you want, I'll show you separately. Don't worry.
Yeah, fine, Harish.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Kiran.
Yeah, Kiran.
So you said initially Snowflake was used as primarily for data warehouse, right?
Yes, yes.
So it's just a database, right? So what features and how it can be utilized as a data warehouse? I mean, it will by itself, it will create a data warehouse? Or
No. We will see the way you design a data warehouse in your regular database, it will be you will do the same thing even for Snowflake, but the thing is it is compatible more for your data analysis purpose. The reason is the way it stores data, right? Okay. It stores in columnar way, hybrid columnar way, and in micro partitions. You'll understand that. I'll explain in detail. We will have a detailed session on data storage, virtual warehouse, and this cloud service layer as well. There are 3 layers in Snowflake architecture, right? And other things also. So it is optimized for your data analysis. That is, your select statements will be much faster. Your reporting can be done much faster. That way, it is the architecture is and the data storage is optimized. You got it?
Got it.
You won't get data warehouse template something. I got your question, but it's not like that. You can design the same way how you are designing your data warehouse in regular database. Got it?
Basically, the internal features, how it mash up the data and how it
how
queries
it
the
stores,
data.
how it stores, and if you maintain data warehouse in Oracle and SQL Server. See, I'll explain you step by step what is data warehouse. I mean, there are few folks from non-data background as well, so we'll get complete clarity. Okay, as we progress in that. But it is optimized for data warehouse initially, but now you can use it for transactional workloads also. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah. With that new feature that is still in preview state. Yeah, once that is available, you can completely replace your Oracle and SQL Server, this relational databases with Snowflake. So complete data end to end, right? They wanted to make data. Initially, it was a data warehouse. The name itself, if you search Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse, but now it is not data warehouse. They call it as a data cloud, Snowflake Data Cloud. They wanted to make Snowflake as one place for all your client data needs. Got it?
Yeah.
Hey, Tish, this is Seshadri.
Yeah.
For this course, am I learning Snowflake admin or Snowflake developer or Snowflake architect?
See, we'll be covering everything: developer, lead, architect, DBA. The reason is, suppose you said DBA. So for us as a Snowflake developer, if you have to set up that environment, right, you should know the DBA things as well. Say there are a few things like storage integration, your role-based access control, setting up resource monitors, and then creating data shares. So all this comes under DBA part. We'll be covering them, but when we discuss that topic, right, I'll explain. So if you're looking for DBA specific roles, focus on this. If you're looking for developer roles, focus on like that. You got it?
Yeah, my background is from ETL and data warehouse, but we never touch database as part of our requirement. We only query the data sources. So if I want to switch my career,
as a ETL developer, you didn't create any procedures or something in database? I mean, just
no, we just write SQL queries as part of my projects.
Yeah, it depends on project, but yeah, you need database exposure as well, right? Usually. I'm not sure in your project.
We need database exposure, not in level depth that we
it
require.
depends on the client. If the volume of data is less, probably they would be doing everything in ETL tool. But if volume of data is more, then right, nowadays it is not ETL approach. It is the preferred option is ELT approach. The reason is transformations will be done at on the server end, database server end. So in Snowflake, still you have more advantage if you go with ELT approach. Why? I've shown you ETL virtual warehouses. You can increase the compute power to any extent, right? To perform those transformations much faster. You got it?
Yeah, my question is from ETL side or data warehouse out that whoever is working currently, is it a career switch for Snowflake or is just an extension of what we are doing?
It's not career switch, it is extension for you, I would say. Because more or less, it's not in Snowflake, it's not just, it is a database. Suppose you have data in your cloud storage, I'll explain you. Usually clients will maintain data lake, right? So from data lake, you can directly load data into Snowflake. You don't need any ETL tool. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be covering all the data loading part. That is more or less what you do in your using your ETL tool. You are the same options you'd get in Snowflake. You got it?
Yeah, sure.
I would say it is extension for you. Yeah, that's what.
It is. Will you add some little bit of DBT in the course curriculum?
Yeah, I told you, right? Like DBT exposure also you get, like how you will build models for data transformations, that thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Snowflake admin part also will cover in this course.
Which one?
Snowflake admin.
Admin, like it will be covered, right? That's what I said. But I mean, in the sense, like 80-90% of our admin stuff will be covered. What you do, even that is required for developers as well. So they need to have some exposure and how, as I said, role-based access control, your storage integration setup, data sharing, zero copy clone. Okay, even developers should be aware of them. So we'll be covering all those things. Yeah.
How was the calls on Snowflake admin part?
Yeah, you have opportunities for Snowflake admin as well. Like say, if you take there are opportunities.
How it should be.
Developer opportunities will be more. Admin also you'll have opportunities, and for admin there is no competition as such. Like say, if you take you will hardly find any profiles on Snowflake DBA in market. Got it? Even if the positions are less, there is no competition with DBAs. That's all. Yeah. I'll speak if yeah.
Hitesh.
Okay.
One more thing.
Thank you.
Hello, Hitesh.
Yeah. I can hear.
A couple of weeks before I just updated as a Snowflake. There are so many calls I can't handle.
Oh, okay.
So many calls for 5+ years of experience. Those who are migrating to Snowflake.
That's what I was saying, right? Like alone this week, I mean, from within this week, we had a couple of holidays as well. 3 of our candidates got offers from previous batch, got offers from Cognizant alone. Okay, that few companies are hiring in mass.
I got Hexaware, Infosys, and one more company is the product Coforge. So these are the things, product companies.
You'd get calls from LTM Entry, Cognizant as well.
Yes, I got it. Even though I just don't ignore them, again they are calling me.
Yeah. See, now another problem is since there is a bit slowdown in market, right? People are not.
Even though calls are there for this technology only. If you say like other technology, call are less. But if you Snowflake, definitely calls are there. Weekly, at least 3-4 calls are get scheduled.
See, and if you take our candidates, right? Few companies there'll be only one round. If you take Cognizant, only one round of technical discussion will be there. Our candidates can easily crack that interview for sure.
But it is for experience. Like my colleague, she wants to join, but she's a fresher, MCA 2022 pass out.
Yeah, it can be done for her because she is in post graduation, right? Like I'll speak with you on that. We'll get some
possible, right?
Yes.
Hitesh, in this project, do you teach us like the migration to AWS or Azure Snowflake platform or?
Yes. We'll be discussing that. Both AWS
migration
and
part. Migrating from on-prem to
development.
Okay. Yeah.
See, if you learn one migration, right, either SQL Server, Oracle, or any database, it will be same. The approach would be same for any. If it is, see, and I missed to explain like what kind of projects you'll have. Majority of the projects would be migration projects, and work will be easy on Snowflake. Say you would have data migrating from SQL Server, Oracle, PostgreSQL, MySQL, even NoSQL databases like MongoDB, Teradata. Teradata, why they'll migrate to Snowflake is not because of performance, because of cost. You know, Teradata, they'll cost, it'll cost more, right? And then Salesforce data, like, Salesforce, for your information, Salesforce is one of the partners for Snowflake, one of the investors. Yeah. So they have got, nowadays, you can, there is something called reverse ETL, right? So you can sync data from Salesforce to Snowflake, Snowflake to Salesforce. That is, you can, share data between these two platforms. Okay, that way it is. And then SAP HANA, right?
We don't need any ETL in that.
No, you don't need any ETL for Salesforce. Yeah, and,
they internally have connectors and they move data by themselves.
Yes. Yeah, and SAP.
That is where my project is. We have Salesforce with, and we are using Python for the migration from data lake.
Okay. See, a few majority of them would prefer any direct Snowflake features are like ETL tool, because Python, like, they'll have to do coding, right? It depends. As I said, even Python, if you know, it will be advantage, but not mandatory. These are the mandatory skills for you. That's what it is. It depends.
Mainly what I see is migration.
Yeah, that's true. And SAP HANA, Hadoop, you know, as I said, there are few issues in its architecture. So they'll migrate to cloud, Snowflake. And then SAP HANA, cost is more there. So from there, they'll migrate to Snowflake. That's how it is. Majority of the projects would be any of the migration. Since it is migration project, for you to initially get started, and even if you claim certain experience, right, it'll be easy because you're not going to write any code from scratch, say even SQL code. So you'll just convert them into Snowflake compatible code. So that will be easy. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah. Hitesh, sorry here, there are few hand raises.
Sure.
So earlier, it is good to learn that there are unbearable calls for the openings and all. What kind of openings? Like, is it for developer or
for all roles you have, depending on your experience. Okay, if you have, if you see, you have, as I said, you have calls from overall. I won't say 2 years, because 2 years also you have calls, but 2 years calls are less. I mean, overall 2 years experience. 3+ overall experience. If you have overall, or if you claim overall 3+ years of experience, you have calls on Snowflake. If you claim 4+, you have a lot of calls. Okay, because 3+ the calls, you have opportunities, but you'll get, say, weekly one interview getting scheduled like that. But for 4+, you'll have 2-3 interviews scheduled per week, like that. Okay, and the reason is for 3+, why the calls would be less is, right? Like, since it is a new skill, a lot of people, they'll like learn. Freshers are, like, say, if they have some gap, they'll claim some pseudo experience and they'll try to project their profile, right? So a lot of fake profiles are there in market for 3 years. So while filtering, it might be tough for you to get that call. So you have calls for 3+ as well. But if you claim overall 4+, you have a lot of calls. Got it? And relevant experience, what they would expect is max 2 to 3 years. Okay. 1 year, 1 year also have calls. If you claim 2 to 3 years of relevant Snowflake experience, you'll have, out of whatever is your background, whatever is your overall experience, if you claim 2 to 3 years of relevant experience, you'll have opportunities on Snowflake. They won't expect more as well. Max 3 years or 4 years max, not more than that. Got it? Relevant experience. Yeah.
Hey, Hitesh, one more question to you. See, are you going to learn any migration like SQL to or like Snowflake, or how we are going? Or only
we'll be covering that. SQL Server to Snowflake migration.
Okay. Because are we going to just go overview of the Snowflake or low level of giving information to Snowflake, how it goes on? Because as per the things,
it will be an in-depth training. Okay. For you to manage, say, like the 3-4 years of relevant Snowflake experience, whatever is required, everything will be covered. If you properly follow our sessions, right? By end of the training, you will get the expertise level of a person who has really worked on Snowflake for like say 3 to 4 years. You got it?
Yeah. Okay.
So what is the duration, Hitesh?
It will be like say 45 to 50 days. Okay. It will take around 45 hours in total. 40 to 45 hours you can say. I mean, and roughly I'm saying, but it will be daily 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Even on weekends, we'll try to make it the same time. Weekend in the sense usually will not have. It will be from Monday to Friday. Okay. And on Saturday, I'll whoever are from non-SQL or non-data background, right? I'll take SQL sessions. Okay. Snowflake will be Monday to Friday, and on Sunday will not have a session. Saturday will have like say SQL session.
And anyways, recording will be there.
Yeah, you will have recording, and this SQL will start from basic. So I'll let you know like after a couple of sessions, whenever I feel like even for experienced folks that will help at least in interview point of view. They'll ask a couple of scenarios on SQL, right? Whenever I start that, I'll inform everyone in the group. I hope like everyone has joined the group, right? If you're not part of WhatsApp group, you can join that group, which I have shared in the chat for your reference. I'll post it once again. If you're not part of the group, WhatsApp group, you can join that group. There, I'll provide you updates. Okay, you will be getting. I'll collect your mail IDs as well. For there, I'll share the links on mail ID going forward. Okay, so here, whenever I cover SQL related interview questions with answers or scenarios, I'll provide an update in the group. You can join that time if possible, or else you'll get daily basis. You'll get recording whether you are joining or not. Got it? Yeah, it's not. Whenever you miss, you'll get recordings. Daily basis, you'll get. For your recap, it would require, right? Yeah. And as I said, all the complete resources daily wise, you'll get, and topic wise. Okay, for each and everything.
Okay. Hi, Hitesh. Nakul this side. So, when you say this about the Snowflake, right, this is something related to ADF and data engineering concepts, right?
It's not ADF. If you can use ADF with Snowflake, you got it.
Okay.
It's not like only ADF. ADF is mandatory for Snowflake. You got it.
Okay.
ADF is an ETL tool in Azure, right? So you can load data from using ADF into Snowflake, or you can read data from Snowflake using ADF. That way it is. Okay. It's ADF supports Snowflake as source and target. That is source and sink. You got it.
Yes, and there is something called as Snowflake tester as well, right? If I'm not wrong.
Snowflake testing role you are asking.
Yes. Yeah.
Testing roles, it depends. Like your database testing, it will be.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
But with respect to developer, there will be good number of opportunities.
So even for testing, you'll have calls, but not like the number of opportunities that you have for developer, right? It's not like that way. Yeah.
Okay. Understood. Yeah.
In big projects, they'll take Snowflake testers also. I mean, for testing, data validation, all those things. Yeah, for data reconciliation. Yeah, someone has a doubt?
Yeah. Hi, Tesha. This is Srihari.
Yes, Srihari.
Yeah, currently I'm attending interviews. I'm facing issues with while asking questions on project. So total complete project will be covered here. Actually, I'm looking for mainly
I'll connect with you. Yeah, I'll speak with you separately. You can ping me.
Okay, after this session we can connect it.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, Hitesh, when you say SQL, there is no separate SQL for Snowflake. It's a normal Oracle SQL is sufficient.
Yes, yes. ANSI SQL.
Okay.
Like ANSI standard SQL. It's Snowflake supports ANSI SQL. So if you have already worked on any database, it will be more or less the same. 95% it will be same. Only in Snowflake you have few new functions like that. You got it?
Okay.
You'll have suppose for data for semi-structured data loading like JSON and all. You don't have any much functions, system-defined functions and all in relational databases, right? But in Snowflake you'll have to flatten that JSON and you have few special data types. We will be covering all those things. But SQL wise, it will be more or less your regular SQL. Okay.
Yeah, Oracle. Okay, that's what I want to mention.
Hitesh, structure-wise, there is no difference between a relational database and Snowflake. It's cloud-based and on-premises, right? or is something structurally based different?
You mean the way it stores data? That's what.
Yes.
Storage. No.
Storage.
Storage in Oracle it is row wise, right? In Snowflake
Yes.
it'll be storing data in column. I mean hybrid columnar way, not like regular columnar wise. Okay. And it stores in micro partitions. Automatically it defines micro partitions. You'll get to know. We'll have a detailed session on data storage. You'll get to know. That's why it is optimized for data analysis. Data analysis.
Data. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But with Unistore feature, the way of storage will change. Okay. It'll be. I'll explain you why. How we should design database for transactional database and for your
analytical
database. Yeah. So right now it is mainly supported for analytical purpose, but with that Unistore feature, you can use it for transactional purpose as well. Okay. So you'll have.
That means, like, for example, when you take warehouse, normally we store the data in facts and dimensions, right? In the warehouse data modeling.
Yeah, data warehouse. Yes.
So dimensional modeling, we have facts and dimensions. So now in Snowflake, we have facts and dimensions, but the way of storing data is different. It will be the table structure only. Is that correct? Or
even in Snowflake, you'll store in dimensions and facts only.
Dimension facts only. Okay, got it.
Same like your whatever you do in Oracle, the same thing you'll do, but internal storage is different, right? So it is optimized for your data warehouse right now. Got?
Yes. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You'll get that clarity as well. Technically, what it is, how it stores.
That's what like our minds we are like visioning like how it will be, because as we are currently working, so we are just thinking like how it will be like useful for our current project.
You'll get to know all those things in backend. Internal things of Snowflake also I'll explain, like how it behaves, okay, how it stores data, how logically you are going to get performance benefit for your data analysis, all those things. Got it?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. That's all.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone, guys? Let me stop.
Is it after completion of this course, so we can expect a majority of developers or admins?
You can try for both. If you are from DB